My name is Allen Asiimwe.
And my name is Håvard Weiberg-Johansen.
In this video, we shall explore the fascinating world of noun classification. The noun classification system organizes nouns into classes and influences agreement, from people to animals to objects, ideas, and events. Let's uncover how Eastern African languages classify their nouns.
But how do we know the classification of nouns in a language? And what determines this?
Languages can group nouns into 2, 3, even 20 groups. Looking worldwide, we can see that larger noun classification systems indicated with the black dots on this map are found especially in Africa. Which class a noun belongs to can be seen in various ways. Sometimes the nominal form is indicative of its class, like in Turkana.
Turkana distinguishes 3 classes, marked in the prefix of the noun, a versus e versus I. Noun classes may also be visible only in number inflection. The Swahili words mti, meaning tree, and mtu, meaning person, both have a prefix but they take different plurals. The plural of tree is miti, but people is not mitu, but watu.
However, the best way to see classes is in the agreement in the phrase and clause. In this example from Luganda, the noun agrees with the demonstrative and adjective in noun class coded with the prefix v. The same nominal prefix appears on the demonstrative and adjective. The noun class of the subject also determines the subject marker on the verb. For classes 7 and 8, this subject marker is the same as the noun class prefix. For class 10, the noun prefix is a nasal and the subject marker is z. This shows that the subject prefix is not always morphologically identical to the prefix of the subject noun. This agreement is in fact the definition of a formal system of noun classification, which has also been called gender. Noun class and gender can be seen as terms for the same under Hockett's definition, which reads, genders are classes of nouns reflected in the behavior of associated words. Now, is there logic behind these classes? Many linguists have studied this question. It seems that nouns are grouped based on both phonological and semantic properties like animacy, physical properties, and countability. We will see which properties are important for the various language families in Eastern Africa.
In Cushitic languages, noun classification is often intertwined with number. Somali, for example, exceptionally uses the opposite gender to express the plural. The plural of the masculine nouns for male camel and year is created by deriving the feminine form of it. Vice versa for singular feminine words like mother and afternoon, for which the masculine form is the plural. Iraku and Konso have a different system. In addition to a masculine and feminine class, there is a plural class. We can see this in the agreement on the verb. A suffix in agrees with masculine subjects, in with feminine subjects, and ina for plural subjects. Note that verbs in Iraku agree only for the gender class of the subject, and not for number. The plural noun tails still only agrees for feminine in example 5, because this technically plural noun is grammatically feminine. The reason we call this third class plural gender is that the singular tail in example 6, which is grammatically in plural gender, triggers the same agreement as the semantically plural pronoun in 3. In this way, plural behaves like a noun class. Both semantic number and natural gender therefore play a role in Iraku noun classification. Number also plays a crucial role in Nilo-Saharan languages, dividing nouns into inherently singular, inherently plural, and number-neutral nouns. In the West Nilotic language Geluk, most nouns are inherently singular, like the word for wooden board in example 1, and form their plural by adding a plural suffix. Collective nouns, like legs, take plural agreements when they are unmarked, and when you want to refer to a single leg, a singulative suffix is added. Finally, there are numberless nouns, like craftsman, which take morphological number marking in both the singular and the plural.
The Bantu languages work in yet another way. They are known for their extensive noun class system, although across the family there is no uniform number of noun classes. Blake and Meinhof proposed a numbered system to refer to these classes, and this is still used today. In this system, from class 1 to at least class 10, odd numbers are used for the singular nouns, while the even numbers are for plural nouns. Uganda has a very rich system of noun classes with 21 noun classes. But even when not all classes are present, like in Swahili, we still use the same numbers. 16, 17, and 18 are always the locative classes. However, noun classification in Bantu languages is not just determined by number. In Kinshasa Lingala, the animacy of the subject determines agreement on the verb. For animates, we find agreement marker A for the singular and B for plural. Inanimate nouns trigger A for both singular and plural nouns. In many Bantu languages, humanness plays a role. Noun classes 1 and 2 typically contain nouns referring to humans. Many other generalizations have been proposed for other classes, such as long thin things or masses and liquids, but these are never very explanatory.
Nevertheless, there are some semantic generalizations that can be made for certain noun classes. There is one class for infinitives, and there may be up to 3 classes dedicated to locatives. Some nouns can even be derived into new nouns simply by changing their class. Some languages have a special class for diminutives or augmentatives, for example. Classes 12 and 13, if present in the system, are typical diminutive classes, as illustrated here for Chindamba. Lipiki is a normal tree in class 5, but in class 12, kapiki, it refers to a small tree. The same for the plural. Tupiki refers to small trees. In Nsenga, nouns can be put into classes 7 and 8 to derive augmentatives, indicating a large size. Munda is a normal garden, but Chimunda refers to a big garden. Note that the class 7 prefix is added on top of the class 3 prefix. The classes that are used to indicate size vary from language to language. Sometimes 5 and 6 are used for augmentative, and 7 and 8 for diminutive. This is language specific. So for Bantu languages, noun classification is determined by a wider range of factors.
There are many further aspects to be investigated for noun classification, but for now, we summarize first that languages can classify their nouns into groups, also called genders, and second, that these may be visible in their nominal form, in the inflection, and most importantly, in the agreement in the phrase and clause. We also saw an interaction with the grammatical number, and we learned that sex, animacy, individuation, and size are factors that can influence the classification. Studying how languages classify their nouns helps us to understand how human beings categorize in general. So, we finish this video by encouraging you to investigate and describe noun classification in other languages.
Good luck.